Hi, I'm Debbi Ballard, and I'm so ready for a positive transformation. I have been overweight for probably the better part of the last 5 years or so. As a child, I struggled with weight, but had a pretty good control of it throughout my life. But in the last 5 years, being crazy busy, life has gotten in the way of life, and pounds have kind of found themselves on me where we don't want them to be. When I launched my own business 5 years ago, I thought I would have all this time to exercise and make my own schedule and live the life of the self-employed. And honestly, that just didn't happen. I got so busy so fast that I just became compelled to work more and work more. And when it came time to having the choice of exercising versus working and taking on more work, I always chose the work. And unfortunately, today I've gotten myself in a pattern where I've forgotten to give back to myself, that I can work 20 hours a day and be happy working 20 hours a day, but I've lost sight of myself and I've lost sight of being healthy. And so I just really have gotten off track as much as I possibly could. When you hit 45 years old and your body starts changing naturally, I really do believe that going through menopause created a lot of physiological changes in my body. That even if I could eat healthy and exercise as often as I want, I'm not positive I can completely combat the natural occurrences of weight in my body. I think I'm genetically predisposed at this age to being on the heavier side, but I'm committed today to whatever I can do to be the healthiest version of myself. I'm currently at my highest weight that I've ever been at. Some days I'm really even afraid to get on the scale, so I'm not sure exactly what number that is. About 7 years ago, I was at my lowest weight that I ever was. I had time. I was in a really great place in my life. I really was just very happy and had a great balance in my life. And so I was able to balance work and eating right and everything that I needed to do to cook and live a healthy lifestyle. Genetics play a very big role in my family. My mom, my sisters, myself, we all battle the same challenges in life. I definitely got my mother's hips. I definitely got her predisposition to chubbiness. And unfortunately, so did my sisters as well. I think a lot of that also came from not ever cultivating a healthy lifestyle as children. We didn't necessarily know that as a young family 40 years ago. So we didn't grow up being athletic. So our genetic predisposition with our sedentary lifestyle has always been a challenge for us. I don't feel that I'm an emotional eater. In fact, when I'm emotional or I'm stressed out, I tend to not eat. For me, the weight comes from just being exhausted. When you finish working at 9, 10 o'clock at night and the only thing you want to do is get to bed, but you're ravenous and starving, you drive through the closest drive-through, you make very unhealthy choices. And even though you know in your head that this is not the best thing that you should be eating, it's food, it's fast, and sometimes it's just the way you gotta go. I have 2 amazing children. They're my best friends, and we have a great relationship together. My daughter, unfortunately, lives very far away. She's in Thailand. She's 26 years old. She's living a dream. And my son just recently moved home after a long career in college. He graduated as an engineer, and we've become roommates again for the first time in a long time. We've all struggled with our weight at times. Lauren maybe more than Trevor, but it's funny, Trevor actually a couple years ago found himself overweight in college. After 4 years of eating pizza and drinking beer, you tend to pack on the pounds. Trevor is super talented at setting a goal and making a determination. So 2 years ago, Trevor started on his own weight loss journey, and he lost about 40 pounds, and he works out and he's very, very healthy. His new passion is cooking. And so I was so excited that he wanted to come home and stay with me for a while, because we're really gonna support each other in this healthy lifestyle. I've tried so many diets in the past. Something in my mind tells me that less or anything close to starvation is the way that you're supposed to lose weight. I've lost weight successfully. I've just never been successful at keeping it off. And I get so exhausted from being hungry all the time when I'm not eating right that I would just rather eat bad food than associate eating good food with not eating enough. So I need help learning how I can eat enough healthy food to keep me satisfied and keep my body going. Being overweight lately has caused a great impact on my life. I'm single, I'm 52. I think I'm a pretty cool person, but I've really completely avoided putting myself out on a social scene. It's kind of a vicious cycle, so when you're faced with a lot of work and not so faced with a motivation to go out into the social world, you tend to work more and have no life. And that's something that I'm committed to making a change for. So my weight has held me back in putting myself out there. I would like to move on in this next phase of my life and have balance. And so in order to do that, I need to be the most confident version of myself that I can be.